It is what it is, Saturday night drive.
And we're on! Ladies and gentlemen, it's a Saturday Night Drive, episode 6, and
welcome everybody.
We can only welcome you to the greatest nights of our lives, and starting with, last week we raised a question on our Instagram channel and we received some questions.
Yes, thank you
answers.
for the answers, yeah.
Yeah, quite some nice topics that have reached us. But before we hop into that, my dearest, how are you?
I'm good. I'm really good. Today was I was helping my fam. It was a really nice day, and in the evening, my fiance's father had a birthday party. So it was a day full of family time and enjoyable moments. So quite the contrary to how usually my week is, with just work or just being active but somewhere else. It was like a really welcome change in my schedule. I liked it.
Oh my God, he's a new human.
Yeah. I got social this week.
I got tea.
No, so how was your week?
It was good. Quite a lot of work these days, and it has been kind of an imbalance between physical and mental work, unfortunately, because the physical work has come short on my end. But nevertheless, I had some, I would say countermeasures on other sides. Had a lot of family time this week, and spent some active time with my kids, and this is what has been, I would say, quite uplifting for me this week. And I think this is also like the link to the question that one question I want to.
But also, before we hop into the question, just as remark, it's a really spontaneous question by myself.
Yeah.
So I saw this video of Piers Morgan interviewing this guy, and I don't know who he is, but the question was what is more important, physical strength or mental strength? When we're just talking about right now, because of the imbalance you talk, physical and mental, and Piers Morgan was of course saying the mental strength, and that guy was saying more important is the physical strength, working out, because at the end of the physical strength is always mental strength. Quite some interesting take, I guess.
I think it's one of those questions where you don't know what comes first, because both strengths are very important for each other. I think you need to take care of both in order for each of those to strive. And this is also what I think we have said a couple episodes back. You need this balance for your mind in order to have a healthy body, and vice versa. So you need to work out for your mind to be healthy.
Of course.
Even if working out is something which you would intentionally do to keep your body healthy. But I think it has the same effect on your mind as it does to your body. And the same thing accounts for your mind. I mean, if you exercise your mind and you practice logic and you acquire knowledge, this will inevitably also help your body and help your training schedule and everything. So I think there is no which is more important.
You can separate it. You can separate it, because both are you. The question,
you are a physical human being. You are on this planet.
But you're also a sentient being. So you have a mind, you have thoughts, but you also have a physical body. So
Absolutely.
it's both you. It's part of you. And if you want to be healthy, or let's say you want to be a strong human being, so you need both strengths in your life. Or healthiness in both factors.
I think it can also vary for some people, because obviously there are some people who are mentally very strong, but they don't work out at all.
Yeah.
Or they have like very unhealthy bodies.
Yeah.
But I think if you are truly seeking for a sustainable way to get your mind and your body and getting along for a long time, you have to take care of both.
Yeah.
And it will make you happier.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
So that's the reminder. If you haven't drank some water, drink some water. Water, boys.
Yeah. But without darkness, there can't be no light. So.
Oh my God, that was cheesy.
I mean, you just
No,
water is the one thing. If you want to have a beer and you have your life under control, go and have a beer. I think that gives you the little pepper
Hello.
in your life. No, brother.
No.
We're in Germany.
Yeah.
Anyway,
linking back. Yeah, sorry.
Linking back to the question.
Yes.
The question I received was because I myself, I have a family, I have kids, I have work, and I don't do this only recently. I have been in this modus operandi for the last couple of years. So I was asked,
oh my God.
Tim, with all the things happening in your life, how do you keep the work-life balance? And this is a question that also haunts me during a normal day. I would say at least 5 times, because what is work-life balance? There are these terms: work-life balance, work-life blending, and I think in the end it's
just balance in your life. It's a life balance.
I can only speak for me, so of course you have to do what you love, partly, okay? So you have to really do something that you're interested in, and once you have this part of the equation right, you take out a lot of stress.
But
so if you know there's this passive stress that you get from the feeling that you're not on the right path, and the first step into the right direction, in my opinion, would be to find something that you truly cherish and are truly interested in, because you will learn. That's for sure. You will make mistakes, no matter where in what domain you're in. Whether you are in medics, whether you are in physics, or whether you are a caretaker or a construction worker, the domain you spend time in, you will make mistakes and you will learn from these mistakes. And these will be soon part of your knowledge pool.
Yeah.
And once they are, you have a new, how do you say that? You have a new position in the context of your competencies, and we'll move on forward from that. So be very sure that you do something that you like, because once you invest the time in, you will stay there for a while.
Totally agree.
That's most of the time.
Yeah.
And also, don't be scared to take the responsibility for many things in your life. I mean, I have been at one point when I was in uni, where I have been kind of overwhelmed with with all the tasks that I had in my life, and it hasn't been that many tasks. I totally crashed during the first 4 exams, I think it was, and didn't do any sports. I gained a bit of weight, and I have been unhappy, actually. I was frustrated. I didn't know what to do, and I thought, oh my God, I have to learn, I have to study all the time, because otherwise I won't make it. And I was stressed. I was kind of frustrated, stressed, and overwhelmed by the situation I was in. And I had this one friend, also one of my best friends. Shout out to Nikki, if you listen to us. I also told him many times, but he was the one guy who just seemed to have his shit together. So he studied, he worked out, he also spent time outside of uni, and this has been such a big inspiration for me, because I think, okay, wait, he's also made out of flesh. He drinks water. He breathes air. If he can do it, why shouldn't I? be able to do it. And then I just started with a simple run. I just started by going for a 15-minute run 3 times a week. So I started with one run. Then it has been, I transformed it into a schedule. And all of a sudden it became, routine.
A habit.
Yeah, a habit. And I achieved I got so much strength and endurance out of this routine that all of a sudden studying didn't seem so hard anymore. It wasn't this tough task, and it hasn't been my sole focus at that time. And it has been put into relation to other things in my life, and this is what helped me move forward more efficient and quicker. And in the end, this is something that I still do now. So when I get in phases of much work, when I have a high workload, I always try to get time outside of the most pressurized area.
Yeah.
Because this is the only way, and in my opinion, it really is the only way to shift your focus away from the bad things and onto the things that work. Because you have to start working on the things that you can control.
Yeah.
And don't let yourself put on pressure by too many external factors at once, because you can't simply control them, and they striving for getting control over them won't make you happy.
Yeah.
Maybe you can manage a couple, but they will break you in their complete existence if you give them too much attention. Yeah.
Wow. That was inspirational. But can we take it a step back? Like
Sure.
that, like what I meant when we started talking about this topic. So when people talk about like work-life balance, I usually have a problem with the word work-life balance per se. You know? Because it puts stuff out of relation. Like, first of all, work is also part of your life. And it will probably be part of your life for a very long time.
Yeah.
And second of all, why is it like that we put work and life contrary, but work is work, but in the life part, there is working out, there is family time, there is friends time, there is like, let's say, I don't know, what else, hobbies, your personal hobbies. So you have this big chunk like their work, and then you have life where you have, but you have a lot of aspects of life. So you want to try to balance work and life, but you know, it's not even like that you're comparing just two domains, but one domain with a bundle of multitudes of areas of your life.
Yeah.
You know, so, and I also think implicitly by forming it work-life balance, it puts it kinda in a situation where you really don't enjoy your work probably. You know, because work seems like something, when you talk about work-life balance, work seems something like it's a nuisance, I don't like it, I have to do it, I have to get past it, but everything else what's enjoyable is the life part.
Yeah.
You know, it kind of does implicitly.
It does.
So
but
I think when you're purpose-driven, what we talked about, and I know there will be periods in your time where you just have to do something that you don't enjoy, but if we talk on the big goal should be, for me, life balance, or a balanced life where you have like a purpose-driven work that doesn't feel like a burden or like a nuisance, so you can just balance the different parts of your life, family, work, hobbies, but at the same, let's say, relation, you know, not like work versus life.
Sure, if you have the possibility to
Yeah.
do that, that's the ideal, and I think that's something everybody can work towards.
Yeah.
But let's face the facts: to some people, work means just a mean of survival.
Yeah,
These days,
of course.
because you have to make ends meet, and you need to pay the bills,
Yeah.
and you only have, outside of work, a limited amount of time that you can reinvest into reshaping your life.
Yeah.
And you have to be willing to, because it will be painful to shift your life
Yeah.
into another direction.
Yeah.
you need to be willing to take this step, and you need to be willing to bear the consequences, because it will lead to former friends not being your friends anymore. It will lead to you spending time on your desk studying or doing something else while other people are outside having a drink or doing the committing to the fun things in life.
Yeah.
While you just take the leap and want to get outside of your comfort zone. And but you need to be aware that this may be or this may mean short-term torture, but in the long run will benefit you.
Yeah, definitely, I agree. But what I wanted to say, and that's something like I really observed with my own grandfather. You know, my grandfather he loved what he was doing, and I know it's just something luxurious to be able to say I love what I'm doing. As we mentioned, like some people have to work just to survive. You know, they don't have like the luxury of saying I'm working on something that I love to do at this moment in time. But for my grandfather, he loved what he was doing. He was just like, how do you call it? He had land in Turkey where he actually planted, cotton and olive trees and fig trees and stuff like that. And because he loved what he was doing, he was still, with 75, he was retired. He was spending 10 hours a day at work, you know, in exclamation marks, at work. He was just enjoying this time on his own, like fields or like gardens, just working, and that was his like balanced life, because he came back to his family, had like a dinner, and then went to the Turkish coffee to have some Turkish tea with his friends. So that was, and he did that until he was like, as I said, like 75 or 80 maybe, I don't know. He had not like this feeling to say like, all right, I have to balance work with my life, but it was just like blended in, because it was something he was enjoying. It was blended into as a part into his life, and he was just like enjoying the whole process. And that's, I think, the biggest goal to achieve. Like if you can achieve that, that's the utmost form for me of like having a balanced life.
True, but I also ask myself, how do you get there? So I'm pretty sure that you are, once you start something, you are not 100%, I would say, taken by the spirit that this is it. This is, oh my God, this is
it's
awesome.
A process.
But how do you get there? Is it by humbleness? Is it by conviction? It's something that I also ask myself, because how do I know? Okay, this is the right path to go, or do you just need to get obsessed with it and fake it till you make it, and fake it until you know? Okay, I can't turn my back on this issue.
Hate it until you love it, something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, what would be the way? I think there are many ways that will work and will make you the person that you want to become, but I think there's this ideal, and I also once read this book. It's called Ikigai. It's talking about.
I think that's a Japanese.
It's a Japanese way of life. Or how you get purpose into your life. Yeah. And the author of the book, he also studied several areas where these blue zones where people. Or where a higher percentage of people than any other part in the world die above the age of 100.
Yes.
And what the observation is that in order to get to this age, or most of the people that are above 90 or 100, they still have their place within society and they have a purpose.
Yes.
So they may it be the simplest task, but they still go out and get their own groceries. Of course, they can't do everything themselves. They can't fix their own furniture anymore or something like this, but they still have their purpose. They are still like a major part of their family. They are still being involved in conversations, and they still, most of them, have their work.
Yes.
They have some sort of work that they
not
do.
Maybe in that extent as they were like before retirement or like when they were young, but at some like even if it's like less work than they were like doing a few years back, it's still something that keeps them occupied and gives them purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is something, whether it be it has been in Japan or Turkey or Italy or somewhere in Southern America. It's the same everywhere, and this is
and I'm right, like I really totally agree with you, because I don't have the solution also, but my goal is to find this purpose, like let's say occupational purpose, and I don't know if you can find it by searching it, or do you have to just experience it, because like, you know, it's just a process, you're trying stuff out and just reach it by experience, or do you have to like mindfully and rationally search for it to find it? I really don't know, but the only thing that I know is I can't imagine myself retiring with 67 and then just doing nothing. You know, like many people in retirement, you see them, they're just like getting older more rapidly because they're really isolated from society per se, because you know they don't have like this normal daily routines they used to have. And I know it sounds enjoyable.
Yeah, but this is a very, very big issue for me, for example, because these people, I'm pretty sure many of them say, okay, they have been at this point where they say, okay, I'm gonna fake it. I love this thing that I'm doing right now. I'm gonna continue. And then there's a habit, and then there's a life, and then they say, okay, you know what? I'm gonna do this until I'm retired, and then I'm gonna commit myself to something else.
Yeah.
And once they're there, they realize, fuck, it's too late.
Yes.
I just invested so much of my time into the wrong direction, and this is something very painful, I would say. At least from my
probably,
perspective.
Yeah.
I'm 29.
Regret is one of the most painful things, probably. Yeah.
I'm 29 years old right now, and I think into the future. There's this also this snippet I have seen by Joe Rogan on YouTube, where he says, imagine.
Shout out to Joe Rogan, please invite us.
Again.
Yeah, invite us, man.
Where he said, imagine you're being like in the deathbed, and then you just reminiscing on your whole life, and then you say, oh my God, if I would have just would have gone full force at that time, I could have been great. Yeah. And if you have this regret on your deathbed, this is like one of the most painful things. And I agree. Maybe it is a very shitty situation that you're in a more or less painful realization. But when you think about searching for your purpose, this is what I mean. How do you know that you are on the right path? Because what is like the sign that you feel it? Do you feel it right away, or do you just have to stick to it and see whether it's just a feeling, or is it something that you can measure? Is it something that you can decide? I have no idea. Because I really don't know. I'm an emotional human being. I try to be more rational, but I really listen to my emotions and my gut feeling, and I can immediately feel if something is authentic or if it is the right thing. Immediately. Yeah. I have that connection to myself, but with this purpose thing, I know that I'm doing the right things currently. But for instance, I have times where I know my job, maybe it's not the right thing. Yeah. And now, is it the intention to, if you have this realization, seek for something else? Yeah. Or is it you know what? I'm gonna dig in deeper and see where it leads me. I really can't tell, because even if something feels right, and you decided for you to be the purposeful thing to do, there will still be times where it won't feel right. You know, there will still be times like where you don't like what you're doing, but that like you can't just have a view into the future to see like, if I stick to that, will it be the right thing? No, you know, it's hard. But these people like your grandpa or these 100
they
years
just
old,
stick to it.
They just seem like they have been in the right place for a very long time. Probably. And they don't wish to be anywhere else in the world. Yeah, probably. For decades. That's like maybe that's the illusion, but And that's what it is.
Maybe, yeah. I really don't know if it's like that, but yeah, it seems kind of that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in this book, the author also, I don't know, I have no idea what his name was, but I think he's pretty famous because the book is also bestseller and stuff. But that's not the point. He also said like there are these in every company has their like competence leaders.
Yeah.
And also I think it was also the founder of Dragon Ball. They commit to their work until they are in the deathbed. Even in the deathbed, they still want to work.
Yeah, probably.
When everybody has left the office, they are still on their desk and trying to figure out something.
Yes.
They're always committed. They don't have this need to get a day off, or this. It's not part of their plan to.
Yeah.
To take a.
It's a different level of commitment, probably. Yes.
Yeah, I think that's kind of impressive, but
I'm really so impressed by people that have this kind of commitment for their occupation or like, let's say, job or stuff like that.
Yeah, but I also ask myself, is it the right thing for me?
I don't know.
And I think did these kind of people ask themselves the same questions at one point?
Probably. But they are the ones who just come to the conclusion that it is the right thing and stick to it for a longer period of time. You know? So it's, yeah.
Is it the case? I don't know. I have no idea.
It seems that way.
It seems, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but I would give a lot to just have like the switch bodies or minds with one of those people.
Yes.
And take like
let's say
just not for one day or for 1 hour to just have the memory to reminisce on what their life has been, what their perception.
Yeah. Or let's say for somebody that is committed like that, like in that extent, I would like to experience like really just without any lies, and you can't be sure if someone is just like having a facade or not, like if they're lying or not. But if I would know that it's authentic, I just wanted to have like talk to say like, was it worth it? Was it like really the right decision? Just to find out like this commitment you made and this path you chose. So rigorously, like the sacrifices you made for this purpose, in exclamation marks, was it worth it, or are you just regretting stuff? Because from the outside it just feels like they found their purpose and they just like stick to it. It sounds kind of like a dream, you know, but I want to know from them authentically, was it worth it? Like, did it always feel like the right thing? Maybe they just had moments where they like asked themselves or like just doubted themselves that it's the right thing, you know?
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's something. Oh, yeah, but
because that's nothing I experience right now, like until now, let's say. There is nothing I experienced until now where I would say I would do that even if it would make me ill and I have to do this or stuff like that. Because as you said, like I think the thing you talked about is like the Dragon Ball Z anime drawer Akira Toriyama, or also like with One Piece the drawer the mangaka Oda. It's known that he's like starving him days at some point because he wants to finish his manga. You know, like kind of commitment where he just gets ill and his bodily condition gets worse, but he's so committed and he's so focused that he wants to like just stick to it and just make it happen, you know? And I haven't had that until now. So it would be for me also like really interesting to know.
Yeah, because I think in the end it's something really coming from your gut feeling.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you can't get through this phase.
Yeah.
Or you can't maintain this high level of commitment over such a long period of time. I think it has been the same with Steve Jobs. in the end, of course, when he was dying, he also cherished.
And then he turned into Steve Hobbs and just died.
He went Hobbs. Oh, we're going to hell.
Yeah.
No, but he I think he cherished life a lot, and
Yeah.
but he was also this kind of workaholic, always in the hustle, always trying to improve the company.
Yeah.
But then once he realized he's terminally ill,
Yeah.
he said, he should have enjoyed the days more, but I think he would still have been the same person if he would get the second chance.
I think also. So yeah, it's strange. Nevertheless.
I think that's what you call toxic masculinity.
Yeah. He just wanted to prove himself, you know?
Yeah. My toxic trait is that I think
That's
I can
why he's the GOAT!
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
It's
Yeah.
these are the deep questions.
Yeah, of course. Like
You can
no, for real. Like even if it's not even like an unhealthy condition, let's look at, like, for example, a LeBron James or like a Cristiano Ronaldo, who are trying to still at this age where they could retire easily. They were like on top of their games for years, and they're still putting in so much effort to stay at this top in their age. You know, like this amount of commitment and sheer just like focus to say, like, I want to maintain this or like do this as long as I can. I think this is so impressive.
Yeah, but I think it's the one you have to take a look on the journey. These athletes, for example,
Yeah.
they start this career path at 5 or 6 years of age.
Yeah.
They commit their summers to youth camps, to basketball camps, to football camps, training camps. At the very young age of 5 to 6 years, they already follow a specific nutritional plan, and in order to achieve this high level of excellence, they have to do this permanently. It's just not a thing of the summer. They also have to do it during winter. They have to have specific plans how they can recover from injuries, and most of them, because there are many youth players on this path,
Yeah.
they get an injury and they're out, and they have committed until they're 16, 17, and then they're out because of a stupid kneecap dislocation or whatever. And these players, they may be very hard working, but they are also genetically gifted, or have the better doctors, or have the better schedule, or they just had luck. This can also be.
Yeah.
But I think the odds of failure, they sink quite dramatically. I think when you are a Cristiano Ronaldo and you have played at this level for almost 25 years now.
Yeah, decades. Yeah, we were not talking about a few years.
Yeah, so most people are not the top athletes. Most people are not the successful managers. Most people don't manage $1 trillion company.
Yeah.
And many people try to, but they fail.
Yeah.
And I think that's also a course of life. But yeah, nevertheless, you just need to try it.
You have to find out for yourselves, probably. Yeah. I think the lesson is everyone has to try to find it out for themselves. That's what we thought. Like, we can't I mean, it would be great, but we can't like switch just bodies. So no one else can make the experience for you what feels right for you.
No.
So you just have to experience it for yourselves, to find it out for yourself and try it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a good conclusion for that.
But even if we're talking about like always staying in the hustle, always working a lot, I think it's also important that for our listeners, there's no shame in also taking a break, having a breath of fresh air, and then recommitting to your adapted plan.
Yeah.
Also, make sure to take breaks and.
Yes, of course. But that's it. That's what we meant. Like, do things that feel right for you.
Yeah.
Because there will be a time where working 10 hours will feel right for you. You can't just like say off, like really there is no blueprint to say how much break you should take and what you should do.
No.
You know, there will be times where you don't enjoy stuff and you just want to rest a little bit more, and there will also be time where you want to hustle. So it's good for everyone just to listen to your gut feeling, to go with your feeling at some point, and to say like, I want to do things that feel right for me. Yeah, and that's also like with taking breaks. Yeah, there is no shame in that.
And on this note,
Shame
my friend,
on you.
I want to shake your hand.
Yes.
I want to
Who wants
shake your
a
hand.
coffee?
Who wants a cup of coffee?
No, there. Yeah, I mean we're judging you if you don't hustle because. And Andrew Tate is probably trying to sell you a course right now how you could hustle 24/7, but. Yeah. How he talks so aggressively. I mean, it's so easy. Look, bro.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I think we're done.
We're
for
done.
today.
Yeah.
So everybody,
Yes.
we want to shake your hands
Yes.
and have a wonderful evening.
Enjoy life.
Enjoy life.
It is what it is.
You are who you are.